Hello everyone, I'm Ongja Emphum, an industry engineer from Arunachal Pradesh, and this is a documentary on how I started smart chicken farming companies from scratch, from ground up. Well, it all started during the pandemic of 2019 when I came back to Arunachal Pradesh and realized the price of the chicken is skyrocketing over here. The price of the local chicken is 500 rupees per kilos and the price of the broiler chicken is 280 rupees per kilos, due to which there is a lot of secondary effect. For example, all the product related to chickens is very expensive, like momos. It costs 100 rupees for one full plate of momos, and it only contains 8 pieces or 10 pieces of momo in it. So I thought, why the hell this is so expensive, and let's solve this chicken's price problems once for everyone. So before starting the projects, I really wanted to know the real reasons and real problems the local farmers are facing, due to which they are unable to grow the chicken in large quantity. So I did a small research and survey in my localities that is asking the local farmer why they are unable to grow the chicken in large quantity. The answer that I got was pretty straightforward. When they order a baby chicks from the suppliers, the baby chicks is gonna die out because there is no mother chickens to take care. So the ambitions of my projects is pretty simple: to bring an engineering solutions to create an artificial systems which will play a role of mother chicken. For the projects, I need chicks, so I thought I should hedge myself by buying my own incubators. So I went into Amazon.com and ordered the most cheapest and available incubators in the markets. It costs 6,000 Indian rupees and it can actually handle 48 eggs at a time. It is fully automatic and it has a smart system to control its environments. For testing purpose, I put some of the local eggs inside it, and after a week, the embryo developments can be seen inside the eggs, which means incubator is working. But because of the frequent breakdown of electricity in my village, the chicks will die inside the egg itself. So I scrapped the ideas and went into indiamark.com to order the chick itself. So we have got the chickens and we are going for the home. So let's check it out. So the chicks finally arrived in my nearest town from Guwahati through bus. As you can see here, chicks seem to be active and excited to come up from the box. I have spent 24 rupees for one single chick, so I have spent total of 4,800 rupees for 200 chicks. For now, I have put them inside my bathrooms, and my father is actually constructing emergency laboratories where I will put the chickens and I will study. The laboratory is made up of simple bamboos and tin, and for ventilation purpose, I have used metal screen. But now my mother is actually giving a dhuna smoke so that this chick doesn't caught by a common cold, and also given some food and water to eat and drink. My father and uncle are still building my laboratories while I am ready with the inverter and excite battery. This will cost you 20,000 Indian rupees. Also wired some light bulb, and now my laboratory is ready to put the chicks inside it. As you can see here, I have put the chicks inside it, and chicks seem to be very happy because this space is more larger than my bathrooms. Now it is time to study why these baby chicks die without the mother chickens, and this is a mystery we need to solve. For any successful projects, the human resource management is important. For human resource management, I have divided the team into two parts. The first team, which include me and my aunt Sengmai, which is actually work on phase 0 and phase 1 of the projects, which is related to testing, experimental and study of why baby chicks die without the mother chickens. While the second team, which include my uncle Jala Emphum, which is actually work on phase 2 and phase 3, which is related to commercialization part of the project. After a human resource management planning was done, now it is time to do a little bit of survey to construct our commercial farm. The place I got was 1.5 kilometers away from my home and completely remote area. The reasons why I have chosen a remote area is because in residential area, the disease used to come very easily. By constructing commercial farm away from residential area, we protect my chicken from various kind of diseases. After a quick fresh up, we finally got a perfect place where we can construct our commercial farm. It is completely flat and there is no jungle around. Back in my laboratory, my chickens still seem active, but next day I have lost 20 chicken at the same night, and I was losing 16 to 18 chicken every day. So I went into veterinary and bought some antibiotics, vitamins and liver tonics, but nothing happens. I was still losing a lot of chickens and I was only left with 130 chickens. By this point, commercial farm construction already began. I have already spent 120,000 Indian rupees. By this time, my relative and friends start giving me advice why the chicken business is a bad business and why I am wasting my money. But because I have already invested a huge amount of my personal finance, there is no turning back. I need to find a solutions of chicken debt problem.
Chicks only die at the night time, so me and my mom went to the farm at 11 p.m. to see what is happening. What we saw was pretty amazing. Due to low temperatures, these chicks group together in large chunks to get heat up, due to which the chicks species at the center get pressed, and due to suffocations, the center chicks die. To resolve this problem, I divided the space into small compartments using cardboard, and I have used the incandescent bulb to provide an heat. Logically, now the chicks should divide into small groups instead of large. As you can see here, system seems to be working as the real chicks are divided into small groups instead of large. We have successfully solved the large group problems and suffocations problem, but still we haven't solved the low temperature problem. Due to low temperatures, my chicken health are still degrading and they are still dying. To resolve this temperature problem, I decided to put more light bulb. So I put 200 watt up to a light bulb, and now it looked like a Chinatown. This number of light bulbs should provide enough heat to the chickens, but this is not true. My chickens are still suffering from cold and their health are still degrading. By this point, I start realizing that I have some missing knowledge of thermodynamic and heating systems. Next day, I have lost more chickens. Now I am only left with 40 chicken in my lab. Now I really need serious solution to save my chickens. By this point, my commercial farm construction are half done and I have already spent 180,000 Indian rupees. Reasons why I am unable to provide enough heat to the chicken is because outside cold air enter my lab. So I decided to seal my chicken using cardboard and put some incandescent light bulb to provide enough heat. This cardboard should seal my chicken from outside cold. Next day I found some dead bodies, but good news is this chicken didn't die because of the cold, because the chicks who survived the night was pretty healthy and active. The reasons why they die is because group of chicks stuck at the corner of the cardboard and died due to suffocations. So I come up with a round shaped compartment with no corner. Now the chicken shouldn't stuck at the corner. As you can see from CCTV camera, it is working. Light bulb is providing enough heat and compartment is sealing the chicks from outside cold.
So as you can see here, the ideas actually work. The brooder's design is actually working. There is no single death in the chickens, and I think the experimental and the study and successfully, and we have done and we have gathered all the knowledge required to actually solve the chicken death problem.
The left of chickens seem to be very active and healthy. Now I am only left with 16 chicken out of 200, but experiment and successfully, which is a good thing for us. Phase 1 begins by disassembling the old lab and completely building new and fresh lab for the phase 1. From phase 0, we learned two things. First, we need to maintain a temperature of 33 degrees Celsius or more, else the chickens will degrade its health and they will die. And second things, we need to prevent the chicken from grouping in large quantity. So I jumped into the computers to design a system which will meet these two requirements. When chicks are hatched, this chicks doesn't have a hard feather to provide heat. That's why mother chickens is required to provide extra heat to these newborn chicks. This process is called brooding, and the mother chicken is known as natural brooder. We are gonna create artificial brooder. I started by placing a single ring, but problem with single ring is that when chicks are placed inside it, during the low temperatures, these chicks form large groups to get heat from each other, due to which the chicken which is at the center die due to suffocations. To prevent this, I have used secondary ring. This secondary ring will constrain the movement of chickens within the inner ring and the outer ring and prevent large group formations. To provide extra heat, I have used a smart heater which will maintain the temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and also uses some incandescent light bulb to provide extra light and extra heat required to these chicks. I have covered the top using tarpaulin and covered entire thing using transparent plastic to seal the chicks from outside cold. Now our design is completely ready. Now it is time to build the ones. So I have built the prototype using bamboo. When it gets successful, I will create using real metal.
I'm gonna explain you our first prototype of smart brooding systems, and this is a smart brooding system with a diameter so huge that it can fit 100 chicken.
I'm working on an electrical system to warm the chicken during the night time.
I have 4 of artificial brooders. I have covered entire thing using transparent plastic to seal chicks from outside cold. This is the inner ring and space is big enough to fit 200 chicks.
Now we're gonna put this prototype into that lab.
I finally managed to put this brooder inside a new lab. My little brother and aunt is helping me for that. Now they are covering the top of the brooder using black tarpaulin. Only 2 of this brooder can be fit inside this new lab. two are left outside. If I speak about the commercial versions of this farm where mature chicks who have already developed a hard feather will be kept, it is made up of concrete and wood. The front area, which is of 15 into 10 feet, will be an office area, and second area, which is 15 into 45 feet, will be grow area where chicken will be staying until they grow up. It is covered using a metal screen which will protect from predator as well as keep some ventilations. Now let's go toward the real locations to see the status of construction.
Hey, welcome to Emphum Chickens Farming. This is under constructions with the ambitions to make most biggest smart chickens farmings of Arunachal Pradesh. The ambitions of this farm is to reduce the cost of the chickens, which is currently 500 per kilo for local chickens. When this farm will be done, we will be able to produce a lot of chickens with less investment, so that the price of the chickens will fall from 500 rupees to just 300 rupees per kilos. We will be able to achieve this using a modern technology like sensors, automatic drinking systems, automatic watering systems, feeding systems, and entire systems will be controlled using a computer systems, using which we will be able to reduce the labor cost because we got to hire less worker for this farm management. The biggest impact of reducing a chicken's price will be the momo industry. Right now, the momo industry costs 100 rupees per plate. But when this farm will be done, we'll be able to produce chickens with less price, so that the price of the momo per plate will reduce from 100 rupees to just 50 rupees.
There will be a separate layer technology. First, we will use a microwave sensor that is to detect heat. The second, we will use a microcontroller to control the heating system, the watering system, and the cooling system. The key to reducing the cost of the chicken is automation, that is reducing the number of workers in the farm.
Well, I have bring some rice hugs from my nearest rice mill. Well, these hugs will actually do two simple things.
First, it will provide soft and comfortable workspace for my chicken. Second thing, when chicken poof, the hugs will absorb the liquid from the waste and keep environment dry and clean. Now it is time to do wiring work. I have connected to both main current and inverter. So when there will be no main current, inverter will be supplying the power. I connected the incandescent light bulb to provide light and heat. Now wiring work become very complicated. If you don't work, it is gonna mess up.
This electrical system doesn't work, then I'm gonna blow out the main fuse of my home. Well, for heating system inside my brooders, I have ordered a device from Flipkart.com. Well, this is called handy heaters, and it is pretty small ones. As you can see here, this heating system is pretty small. The reasons why I haven't ordered the big one is because big ones actually gonna take a lot of powers, like 1000 to 2000 watt. This is gonna eat a lot of battery powers, because in futures I'm planning to go completely green by using solar systems and operating entire brooding systems and farm using a solar energy. As you can see here, the system works pretty simple. Here is an exhaust fan. It actually sucks the air from here, and it is gonna blow out from here, from the exhaust systems. So inside this exhaust systems, there is a heating elements maybe made up of tungstens, the same spring which is you can actually check in the glass light bulb or incandescent light bulb. So I have ordered two of it because I have two brooding systems. So let's fit and check whether this can warm up my brooding system.
Now it is time to go inside the brooder and fit our smart heater. As you can see here, heater is working and it is very warm. I have placed a layer of plastic to trap the cold moisture of the soil, second layer of insulated sponge, and third layer of plastic. As you can see here, plastic is capturing the cold moisture of the soil. Now it is time to place some hugs, and my brooder is completely ready for my chickens. My heater is working, environment is warm, and the hugs is also ready for my chickens. As you can see here, I have placed a thermometer. It is showing 29 degrees Celsius, but I need 33 degrees Celsius, so I have placed two heaters in my brooder. We went to Tinsukia, Assam to buy a generator in case there is an emergency power cut. Chicks also arrived in the same day. Now it is time to test our generators. It is a Honda branded, and it is gonna cost you 88,000 Indian rupees. Last things we need to do is to go to KVK, the Kris Vigyan Kendra, to get consultancy from our veterinary doctors. They have given me some sleep and medicines, and now we are ready to go back to our brooder. As you can see here, this is a first week and they seem active, healthy and happy. There is no single death in our first week. And this is the second week. By second week, they already got matured and still there is no death. Last time we have lost 200 chicken, but this time there is no single death. As you can see here, they have already developed the hard feathers. Now they can warm up by themselves. Environment is warm and they are in a paradise. If speaking about a production type, I'm gonna adopt a continuous way of production in which the first month is gonna move on first month, second month is gonna move on second month, and third month is gonna move on third month. In this way, chicken will be available in my farm entire months, unlike in traditional farm where you need to wait for 4 straight months. Now let's move toward the physical location to see the status of the construction. As you can see here, construction is almost done, roofing is going on, and can you believe this entire farm is constructed by a single person? My uncle Jala Emphum. This simply showed that if person have a willpower, he can do anything he want.
There is a fundamental flaw in the traditional farm design, that is, only the small portion of the farm are utilized by the bird and a larger portion of the farm are completely going waste. Constructing this kind of farm is waste of money and time. If we try to meet our target productions of 1 lakh bird per month or 1.2 million bird per year using this traditional farm, then we are gonna requiring 400 of it, which is completely waste of money, construction time, and management power. Each farm take 4 months to construct, which means it is gonna take 133 years to construct all of the 400 farm. And also just imagine you need to give food to all of these 400 farm, which is tedious work and impossible work. That's why I'm gonna be adopting some modular systems of farming, which I got inspired from the apartment building where people live in apartment. You can combine this modular system as large as you wish to meet the target productions. Even if my chickens live in compartments, they can still roam outside, play with each other, make friends, and roam here and there. Because I believe that chicken also have emotions and feeling just like a human. That's why they deserve some kind of freedoms. So that's why I make sure they live in a paradise. This is the third week chickens. By this point they already grown up, they have already developed a hard feather, and now they are ready to move to the real farm. As you can see here, when we do something in small quantity, no engineering solution is required. But when we try to do something in large quantity, engineering solution is required, and we need to adopt the industrial way of doing the thing. In this documentary, we learn why the baby chicks die without the mother chickens, and also found the engineering solutions to keep the baby chicks alive without the need of mother chickens. And also found the traditional farm design have a flaw, and why we need to adopt a modular way of farming to increase our productivity. But I alone cannot solve this chicken price problem, because I alone cannot produce large enough chicken to meet the Arunachal Pradesh demand. That's why all the smart people around the Arunachal Pradesh should contribute it by investing and replicating the solutions that I found in this documentary, so that we together could produce large enough chicken to reduce the chicken price, so that at least the food price get lower, so that everyone could afford it, whether you are rich or poor, so that the life of the Arunachal Pradesh people get little bit more better. Thank you.